Let's move in a little bit and focus more on the broadband infrastructure, if you will. As we see the transition now from the congressional funding stage to program design and execution phase, so to speak, how do you think things are going?
Well, we're really just getting started, but I think I'd make a couple of observations. It's an astounding amount of money going to a lot of places through a lot of different agency programs. This initiative really represented a sea change shift from how we normally administer these kinds of programs. Like I said, it's an awesome and unprecedented amount of money that's directly going to subsidize building in unserved areas. Secondly, it's really interesting because it's really a shift from programs that are primarily administered at the federal level to a system where grants are going to be provided to 50 different states and 50 different administrations and distribution mechanisms. We also see a shift where the federal oversight really is at the Department of Commerce and NTIA, not at the FCC, where we have a lot of expertise and experience. So that will be new challenges both for commerce and for the industry. And it's a brand new program. It's not utilizing the traditional mechanisms of universal service that we all are accustomed to. So I think in short, what that does is it creates, if we're sober about it, a high degree of implementation risk we're all going to have to really be focused on. I'll just take a second to name what I think those are. I think, first of all, I think we've learned from history the danger, the historical and classic error that's made in these programs is we are not rigorous enough in ensuring the money goes to the unserved areas that truly need it the most. These are the areas that almost by definition are uneconomical. If you are not disciplined, the money will find its way to more profitable markets, and it'll lead to redundancy and overbuilding, and it will consequently sap money away from the areas that most need it most, and we'll wake up and wonder why we still have huge parts of the country that are unserved. This can happen in two ways. States administering the program can explicitly allow it, or we could just have really poor coordination across all the various subsidy programs that exist. For example, you have a lot of money out there under the RDOF program. You wouldn't want to treat that area as unserved from the new BEAD program. The other thing is there's a danger that you invest in really inexperienced network builders. A lot of companies form just to get a shot at this money. We see a lot of private equity and venture firms, quick buck investors trying to get in on this market, figure out how to make money quickly. That often can distort and destroy the incentives of the program. And the last two things, I think, is the danger of just going off topic. We need to stay laser focused on the objective. This isn't a time to kind of introduce other broadband policies or other experiments that will detract us from the principal focus and also create disincentives for carriers to participate. And then lastly, any program of this size, if not overseen carefully with a high degree of transparency, will lead to waste, fraud, and abuse. It's almost inevitable. And I think we need to ensure that both the government and its private partners aren't embarrassed 4 years from now to discover that half the money went out the back door or half the money was wasted on builders and programs that didn't know what they were doing and ultimately wasted this once-in-a-century opportunity. So I think it's exciting. And fortunately, it's also coupled with really compelling efforts to help low-income families and communities better afford broadband through new direct subsidy broadband programs that we're excited about. We've long been a leader in trying to help low-income communities get online, and we're happy to see the government partner with the industry on that program.